It's a new day, and it's a new opportunity to start all over again. And it always is. Every minute, every second, every hour, every day is always a new opportunity to start again. And here is Follow Your Heart's Light from our writer, of course, this month, Mary Davis. First quote is from Dorian Israel. She's an author. She's, let me see, what is she? She's a mindfulness practitioner, life coach, and yoga teacher, and an author. She says, there's a vision within you, placed there for safekeeping by the divine. It is your mission in this life to retrieve it. And this is Ernest Holmes. He says, every blessing attends my footsteps because spiritual consciousness directs me in the way of my highest good. So put your faith in the divine and move on. And this is from Mary Davis, who says, in 2015, I heard a talk by author Elizabeth Gilbert that changed my life. Remember Elizabeth Gilbert, Eat, Pray, Love. When it comes to our passion and purpose, Elizabeth Gilbert explains that there are two kinds of people, the jackhammers and the hummingbirds. She describes the jackhammers as the kind of people who drill down on one talent and one professional. Quote, and we don't look up, we don't veer, we are just focused on that one thing until the end of time, unquote. Others, Elizabeth Gilbert says, are like hummingbirds. They flit from place to place, flower to flower, pollinating, spreading love and ideas, with many fields of study and threads of purpose throughout their lives. When I first heard this, I realized I had been moving from flower to flower, following my heart and spending seasons of life as a musician, a songwriter, an advocate for the homeless, a piano teacher, a yoga teacher, grief counselor, and an author. This message brought me a sigh of relief. Instead of feeling flighty or inadequate, I saw that by following my hummingbird path, I was right where I was meant to be. In other words, as Elizabeth Gilbert says, if you can let go of passion and follow your curiosity just might lead you to your passion. Be true to yourself, follow your heart, and in doing so, the path to all possibilities will reveal itself. Mary Davis goes on to say, when I'm unsure of my next step, I say to myself, things lead to things. Start where you are, and the breadcrumb trail will lead you home to the North Star that shines within. This is a good question for me, to you, and to me. Is Elizabeth Gilbert right? Are there just two kinds of people, the jackhammers and the hummingbirds? The ones who drill down on their passion and stick to it, and the ones who flip from thing to thing? You know, I personally don't think it's as simple as that. And I'm sure Elizabeth Gilbert and Mary Davis, well, I can't really speak for them. I think it's not as simple as that. I think at times in our lives, we stop and we drill down because that's what we have to do at that time. I can probably agree that for most people, not everybody, but for most people, we don't want to just have one thing and one passion and drill down on it and do it. But I do think that at different times in our lives, as we stop, that we do that. So for instance, there are lots of athletes who've been really good, whether they're in football of either kind, American football, what's called soccer here, rugby, tennis, golf, you name it, who for a period of their lives have been totally focused on that. Sometimes to the exclusion of their families, which is also not good. But you know what I mean? That's been their main focus, as far as their work life's concerned. But they've come to a point where they can't do that anymore. and they switch to something else. But even with all that focus, I know a lot of them have gone off into philanthropy while they've been in the midst of a major profession. So my answer to all this, it's not as simple as that. It isn't just jackhammers and hummingbirds. I think it's a combination. I think some of us are intended to flip from thing to thing, but others, I believe, our purpose in life has been to focus on one thing, and help the world be a better place by doing that. I mean, primarily, not 100%, but primarily. So I think for a lot of people, including myself, is a combination of these things that I can flip from things to things, but at the same time, I can have a focus, an overriding focus on what I'm doing. And then when the flitting from things to things takes me to another passion, I can follow that. So what do you think? Is it as simple as hummingbirds and jackhammers, or is it more complicated? Is it the fact that we're all a bit of each? So that is my view. I have a passion for different things. I'm able to look outside and move along for different things as well. So even when I can't see the path, the light of my heart illuminates the way. Even when I can't see the path, the light of my heart illuminates the way. One step at a time, the path to my highest purpose unfolds before me. One step at a time, the path to my highest purpose unfolds before me. And that is my story for today. This is Mary Davis' story for today. So the question is, what do you think? Seriously, what do you think? Is Elizabeth Gilbert right, 100%? Or is there some kind of balance that we need to strike between a jackhammer and a hummingbird? So that's it for today. Look out for two things tomorrow. Reverend Lisa Ryan at 9:15 a.m. in the morning. Our colleague practitioner Danielle Johnson, who will be on hopefully around about noon with her meditation for Wednesday. But as I said, sometimes work gets in the way, like with me. But she will be on sometime tomorrow doing a meditation. And it's good to take a break. And even if you miss the live broadcast from her, you can tune in afterwards on Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page for both of those things. So the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Everywhere we are, God is and always will. Namaste.